Alright, guys, we are back. We are back, guys. The lunch group is back after so long. क्या ना
We
boys?
are so back.
F1 is back. तो हमें तो वापस आना था यार वो
Hmm.
साइकिल नहीं होता it's so over we're so back अभी हम we're so back phase में क्योंकि हम Verstappen fans हैं
Hmm.
so we love seeing what happened this past weekend.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, race काफी chaotic थी, काफी मजा आया, काफी like it was worth watching it. I mean, the getaway we had during the starting lap was amazing. It was like it's the best that you can ask for with these regulations.
I think ये तो like this is not the first time ना कि Max just he calls it luck ठीक है but he skillfully catches that spin like मैं इसको कितनी दफा देख चुका हूँ ये and he always does it like his control if you look at his onboard his inputs like बहुत बहुत ही like skillful तरीके से he grabs it and he just maintained it like उसको पता था कि क्या हो रहा है उसने immediately 180 degree counter steer किया immediately floored it ताकि गाड़ी को rotation मिले और फिर
Yeah.
ब्रेक मारी ताकि गाड़ी रुक जाए और फिर then
Yeah.
he kept going forward like मजेदार
Even the
honestly
pack behind him did an amazing job to avoid him.
yes
I mean, there was a melee behind him during the starting lap. So it was fun watching it, man.
हाँ ये गाड़ी है ना सरप्राइजिंगली लाइक यू नो लाइक थोड़ा कॉन्टैक्ट स्पोर्ट बन गया ऐसा लाइक हर किसी को ना एक दूसरे को मारते हुए जा रहे हैं ये कभी कभार something breaks off sometimes but you know most of the time these cars somehow manage to stay in one piece.
I think they're more lighter, more like maneuverable, I would say. I mean, Miami is is known as like it's a narrow track and you don't often see a lot of overtakes. But this time around we got to see a lot of overtakes.
यार the whole thing ना कि this regulation lets you follow really closely for really long ना देखो अब आपके पीछे जब मैक्स होता है ना ऐसे सिनेरियो के अंदर it's just hell man because he's gonna dive bomb after dive bomb after dive bomb. it was so entertaining to see के like वो midfield के through ऐसे like मारता हुआ जा रहा था ना like it was very aggressive and this is why we like him right this is why we enjoy seeing Max and fighting his way through the midfield it's a bit unfair the way he does it but ठीक है like people then get out of the way ठीक है it works for him even when he had like those old worn hards ठीक है like वो आसान नहीं बनाता like
exactly yeah
like Leclerc went through like he waited for the perfect time कि Max वापस ना आ पाए you know and a corner later Max just went flying past because he doesn't make it easy.
Even his defense like it's really amazing how he defends.
Yeah, his racecraft is something else. It's very aggressive, but you know it's something else.
अभी podcast start करने से पहले भी ना जुनेद तुमने आए थे मैं राफी भी ये डिस्कस कर रहे थे we were talking about his lap in Rafu GT500 था ना
GT500 in Japan. It was phenomenal seeing him just sit down in a new car in like
second lap
in torrential downpour situation and within 2 laps he's beaten a pro driver by 2 seconds.
That shows
even with the worst conditions like it was raining and or track itna
so much standing water and just watching him catch the slides and like going full out with the throttle like he's brave he's something else ये कुछ ये इसको कहते हैं generational talent ये कोई और चीज
he always loves to break the record.
He's like the Senna of our time right
हाँ सेना के अपने थोड़े मसले थे you know like सेना 15 जरा कभी सर्च
let him be the hero that he is Hey guys, let's come back to the race once again. You know, Kimi Antonelli taking the show. You know, we're happy for Kimi.
लगता है Saad's internet is struggling a bit. तो you know जुनेद तुम और मैं ना थोड़ी sprint की बात करते हैं, qualifying की बात करते हैं. I think sprint itself was entertaining क्योंकि like वो शुरू में ना like 3 into turn 1 वाला situation जो था Max Lewis और Colapinto का उसमें like it was all out, man. Like they weren't giving any space. ऊपर से like Kimi again, man. Like his starts needed work, man. Like uska anti-stall hit ho jata hai. Like
Yeah.
he off the line. But like the Red Bull is what, like 7 kg lighter now than it was. It's still overweight by about 6 kg, I think. But that new wing, man, and their chassis upgrades, they're really working because Max is able to just like bring the fight up. Like I think sprint के अंदर nobody was making more ground than Max. Like
Yeah.
he was chasing a Mercedes down, and that was really refreshing to see. What on conversely, apparently Aston handed their car over to Honda for like a few weeks to do unlimited dyno testing to fix the vibration. It's fixed, okay, but now they're slower than F2, man.
Yeah. Their aerodynamic performance is effed up.
Vibration khatam ho gayi hai, but they had to reduce engine power a bit. And they were slower than F2 in the sprint qualifying.
Yeah, exactly. I also saw that.
That's sad to see, man. That's so sad, but that's crazy. Or kya tha yaar sprint mein? Like I think it was nice to see Cadillac. Like it's their first year. They're already like bringing the fight in midfield.
Yeah, like
And-
Kimi is having like a generational run this season. I mean,
Kimi has talent, man. Like, बच्चे में talent बहुत है.
even with his like bad race starts, he still manages to stay calm and make a great comeback. Even he did that.
And
in
what's even better for me is that Mercedes didn't bring any big upgrade package. They brought a few upgrades, but no big package update.
Yeah.
This
I think they are bringing one for the Canada.
Because Canada works for them. Canada is like very good for them, no? But the thing is, for Kimi, he was able to make it work. Russell wasn't able to make it work, but Kimi was able to make it work. But man, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, they all brought their upgrades, and it was showing. It was a fight.
I
It
think
was a fight in the top.
Yeah, I think Russell is under a bit of pump now with Kimi, making a hat trick of race wins.
No, definitely. I honestly think like if Kimi keeps this confidence going, he's going to take the season, man. But honestly, it's still wide open because McLaren's coming back fighting, man.
Yeah.
Like that car works. Their aero package is really good. Same engine.
Same engine, yeah.
The Ferraris, questionable strategies again.
I think the chassis side of Ferrari is really remarkable, man. They are like they have the best chassis in the grid right now. Like they are like struggling with their engine horsepower.
I think they're just struggling because they're Ferrari sometimes,
Yeah, I guess we had another Charles Leclerc weekend.
It was another, like I saw this meme. It was like, there was like a poll on Twitter and like who suffered more, and there was like 10% of the votes went to Jesus and like 90% went to Charles Leclerc.
I mean, that's quite right, man. Like Charles Leclerc losing 2 places in the last lap is the most Charles Leclerc thing you can imagine.
I don't get it. It's whenever he's usually a really good, consistent driver, but then when he's having a bad luck race, he also has driver error on top of that. It's his luck just compounds and hits him at the same time. Bad strategy, right? Like the radio was really funny, it was like, I'm here too, like next time you make a decision, consult me too.
Consult with me, yeah.
So that was really funny. Honestly, it was really entertaining. But
the Ferrari radio is always spicy, man. That's what we enjoy. But अभी मैं देख रहा था कि unfortunately I thought like Leclerc was on like 5th position or something. Apparently he got like a penalty at the end. Even Colapinto was ahead.
Yeah.
Although that penalty didn't affected him like totally in a worse situation. Like he lost 2 places, I think. It was on 7th, P7. Like, penalty की वजह से he lost 2 places. So that penalty didn't like affected him. At all.
Because you see this, right? Like the top 5, 6, right? They pulled a huge gap on the field. Like you could see that there's a pack of cars that are just ahead by a big margin. And Max was kind of in his own thing until Russell caught him, and then they obviously overtook Leclerc. Like, honestly, kudos to Max for like 51 laps. 51 laps. That was an insane stint. He was consistent too. He didn't mess up. Like, the pace wasn't there. There was no pace, but he was consistent.
Yeah,
At one point, I thought they are going to change the tires. They're gonna make the second pit stop. Like,
Yeah.
I guess they made
I just don't think they had any fresh pairs. I think they were all out of sets. I haven't looked into this, but that's, in hindsight, like Max was saying post race too, in hindsight, obviously it didn't work out for them. But I think, like, that's what I was thinking. Like, when everybody had done their pits, maybe give Max, he's clearly capable of making it through the field again. So, give him the shot. And then he could have had Russell. But I just don't think they just had any fresh sets available for him, because it was a sprint weekend, You go through a lot of tire sets on the sprint weekend. I just don't think there was a single set available for him. Like, scrubbed soft se kya karna tha us bechare ne.
I'm sure they've got probably some good race engineers. They probably did their simulations.
Yeah, no, in Hannah Schmidt we trust.
And Hannah Smith we trust. That's why I think pit stop bhi acha mil gaya tha, because safety car mein kar liya tha. That was a good pit stop.
Yeah. That was lucky for. Honestly, it was bold on. यार देखो, अगर बारिश आ गई होती ना, फिर तो Max like शायद कुछ कर लेता. There was no rain.
Barish was playing like hide and seek game.
Like, oh, will they, won't they wala scenario ho gaya tha na.
If you guys looked at F1 TV, they hit David Coulthard was the one doing the commentary.
David Coulthard. Yeah.
They were going on about how they were used to like check the rain back in the day.
Yeah. No, they still do it. They send a guy. They send a guy who's like in the path, and then they like tell you like forecast. So there was, it was projected, but it just got diverted because of the wind.
Yeah, I think I remember like a couple of blocks away at thoda duri.
Yeah, it was like really strong wind, but it just honestly, man, it was whatever it was. I think it was still. And you could see they reduced this weekend, they reduced the harvesting limit, which meant that the closing distance the closing speeds aren't at that different. And the clipping, it's still there. The super clipping still there, but it's not as bad. So that made for a bit better racing. But I just don't like how they're like intervening with like automatic battery deployment if you have like a bad start, like let the driver drive the cars. I get it. It's the transmission and this powertrain is, tricky, but it just feels weird, like a system intervention. Like, oh, you're having a slow start, let me help you out. No, that just feels wrong, If you bottle it, you bottle it,
Yeah.
The anti-bottle like technology is not recommended.
I mean, I think Mercedes they haven't figured out with their starts. The Ferrari starts are still solid.
Ferrari starts because of that smaller turbo. They just like a rocket ship off the line. It spools. But yeah, it starts. The start procedure doesn't work for these cars.
Yeah,
I think Max had a pretty good start this time.
He had an okay start for once, but it wasn't great because he was still like being pushed. In both the sprint and the Grand Prix, he was being pushed. In the Grand Prix, it was great because like Leclerc and Max, they're great starters. So they just went around the side and they overtook. And then Max just that curb, man, because the F2 race was really wet and all the grip, all the rubber had just been washed off the track. So it was really they just had no idea for the grip. So like that was phenomenal on Max for catching that. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, but the traction wasn't there for him for like.
There was no traction. It was a green track, as we say, green track. It's completely clean. Not
and
completely
with this like
clean.
50 ratio, you have a lot of torque.
Yeah, you have so much torque, man. And he caught it well. But yeah, let's talk about some crashes. Hajar and Gasly, like. And Lawson. Hajar, I honestly, man, like, what was that, man? Like, that was just skill issue. That was just driver skill.
Yeah,
that was driver error, and I feel like he's falling in the second driver's, like stress.
You could tell that he was frustrated. He was
This
like,
weekend he was really frustrated. He was doing okay performance-wise too. He just clipped that corner, and but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. He just needs to keep his confidence up and not like spiral. let's hope that doesn't happen. What's
he just
more
turned up.
annoying was
He just turned up and like he was having a boxing match with his car.
Yeah.
What's sad was the Gasly and Lawson one, because Lawson goes for the dive bomb, his car hits anti-stall, and then he just knocks Gasly out.
Yeah.
Gasly was just a passenger.
He was just a passenger. I love the 3D camera view with the music.
Yeah. The backflip of
Yeah, because I saw the crash and I was like, how did he get up there? Like, what happened? And then they showed the replay after, and it was, oof, man. I'm so glad these cars are as safe as they are now.
I think both the crashes went like exactly at the same moment. A lot of the people were like confused. Are they interlinked?
Yeah, but no, it's not Lawson's fault. Like his car just went into anti-stall. Like he can't. He's a passenger too.
Yeah. I mean, guys, what do you say about McLaren? I don't know if you remember. I remember Norris said something. How do we not win this? Like, what did they do? Like,
yeah, like I don't know. Like, I guess. Like Kimi made a few mistakes, but then he just like found his rhythm and kept going. And I just don't think the McLaren had the pace to catch it. Like, but also like, it's typical Lando to like kind of, we saw a lot of this last season too, like he just doesn't have that. He's a champion, yes, but he doesn't have that champion consistency.
Yeah.
I think we should also like give thumbs up to Bono for keeping like.
Yeah, he kept Kimi cool.
Yeah.
His rears were heating. Like, he was lighting up his rears, but he found his rhythm. He found his rhythm. And I don't know, Piastri and Norris were doing fine. They were doing, honestly, McLaren's solid weekend. I think they'll still be fighting. Let's just hope no papaya incident in Canada again.
I'm trying to remember, guys. क्या हुआ था? Undercut किसने किया था? McLaren ने किया था या Mercedes ने किया था?
Oh,
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Russell did undercut
Russell
on Charles.
Yeah. No, Mercedes did good pits for both their drivers. It worked out perfectly. McLaren covered them off fine. I don't know. Ferrari was just doing their own thing, I think the rain equation was a bit weird for everyone. Some just believed that there was no rain, and Mercedes made the right call.
Yeah, Mercedes, I think they've got good people in strategy now.
Yeah. But honestly, like, it was entertaining. Max gave us a very entertaining race.
Yeah.
The last few laps were so fun with Max just defending.
Yeah.
Russell, that was really, and then Russell got damage because that contact, and it was just like scrapping, and then like Leclerc spins out ahead, and they're both catching him. I was like at the edge of my seat the last few laps. It was insane.
Bro, Charles and like Max Verstappen were like having a romance season. This season, Max had a spin in the very first lap, and then Charles said,
and then Leclerc couldn't catch it. Leclerc couldn't catch it like Max did, and he got some steering rack damage.
Yeah.
But overall, I think, like a lot of reports are being, I don't know how much of this is confirmed, but they're ditching the 50-50. They're going to do like a 60-40 maybe, more regulation changes. And, it's, whatever. Like,
good for us.
MBS claiming that, we're going back to full ice by 2031.
Yeah, I heard somewhere that V8 वापस आ रहे हैं.
Yeah.
Like, pata nahi kya yaar, like this is a disaster, like regulations wise. But this race was still a lot more entertaining, and I think that's just because every team had time to upgrade, and they still have a couple weeks before Canada. Let's see what more they do. I'm sure they collected a lot of data, but hey, both Astons were able to finish a race, and I think that's huge progress for the sport.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Alonso, I think pit like lap 40 something. He was just getting a lot of data.
I think he changed his tire like to like soft, and then he went like crazy fast.
Yeah, because
Aston
they were
Martin
gathering some data.
अभी तक testing phase में बैठे हुए हैं. They're
They're still
like
testing. गाड़ी अभी तैयार नहीं हुई है. This is like a classic. You know, when you expect so much from Newey, it's just a disaster.
yeah, Russell का क्या scene है? Is he just becoming the second driver? क्या scene?
Yeah, does nothing, becomes second driver, I think. You know, it's the classic Russell does nothing and shit just happens.
I think Jit points to get Let me just check that. I think Kimi is pretty high.
Kimi's leading by a decent amount.
Yeah, I think it's close to like 30-point difference.
Let's see. Let's pull up these points. Kimi is. Oh man, these standings are. There we go. Yeah, Kimi's at 100 with Russell 20 points behind. And then it's a mix of, you know, Ferrari, McLaren. And then, hey, man, like Max is finally in, you know, like a bit of distance clear from Behrman, you know?
I think we are getting close to Russell lashing out with anger and borderline bonus.
When things don't go his way, he lashes out with
And
anger
lashes out with anger
and borderline violence. Let's see what happens. You know, like I think Russell's gonna have to start like getting some pace in, but you know, I don't think he's gonna be nice to Kimi next time they're wheel to wheel.
Rafe, I think you need to start like a Connor Moore impressions kind of page something. I think I get more views with that.
Yeah. What's really funny is, you know, the Leclerc radio. He's like, man, Kimi is so bad in wheel to wheel.
and then he starts defending. Oh yeah, he's a fellow Italian. You know.
Yeah. Apologize. Yeah. Later.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the heat of the race. You say whatever you like. You know. It's really funny when like something happens to Max and in the replay you can see his finger moving immediately to the radio button.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so wrong. Like something happens and he immediately hits the radio to complain because he wants the stewards to notice immediately.
Yeah.
He squeezed me.
Yeah, excuse me.
But I think, guys, what are you thinking for Canada? What are your expectations?
I think McLaren are definitely going to be there if Russell is, step up. And Antonelli is doing a decent job, but I think with the aero package from McLaren, I think it's going to be a competitive race. Let's see.
Let's see. I think McLaren, yeah, they're definitely up there. But let's see. Let's see what the Mercedes upgrades do.
I think Russell is going to bounce back strongly.
Yeah, he loves that track. He's really good at. He's really good in Canada. I'm just looking forward to see how much more weight the Red Bull can lose.
Yeah.
And, they're putting together something. They're fixing that chassis.
Boys, Max बेचारा कुछ 4 दिन खाए बगैर चला जाएगा. Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't reduce driver weight to hit the minimum weight target. Unfortunately.
Guys, वैसे it's so cool to see के जो advancement and development जो pace है the Red Bull Red Bull did in 4 weeks time they completely changed the car.
Because they had a lot of things that they wanted to implement, like the Macarena wing, right? Like that's something that they planned since last year, but they just couldn't implement because pipeline, your stability is more important. The chassis is still not where they want it to be, so they're really hard at work.
4 हफ्तों में बहुत CFD की होगी आज. Red Bull 18 keys में तो HPC उन्होंने गरम करके
it's wind tunnel, a lot of wind tunnel time. Definitely they use a lot of part development, but I think this is new regulations, huh? Like the development turnarounds are really fast, and the two races cancellation, I think, gave them all like a much more structured, they probably came up with a much more structured upgrade plan because they just had the time for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm looking forward to what more upgrades we'll see.
We have a pretty long break. 25th May
Yeah, we have a couple of weeks again. So let's see.
So,
I don't think it's going to be as big of an impact, but I'm looking forward to it, and I think
same.
I think this season is going to be pretty entertaining. I'm still really rooting for Kimi. Like that kid has talent.
Yeah.
ये कोई एमी वाला like talent नहीं है. This guy is like, this is a true, like he's gonna go down. Okay?
Yeah, he's like absolutely cooking something, man.
He's cooking. No, like, and Mercedes, phenomenal eye for talent. They rushed him through all
Mhm.
all the junior series, and it's showing. He's maturing really rapidly.
Yeah,
And I hope he keeps growing. And I honestly, like, I want to see like the Kimi era.
yeah. And like the good thing about him is like he doesn't panic.
Yeah. He does, but Bono's such a good race engineer.
Yeah.
No, Bono helps the kid out.
Yeah. I think all
Yeah.
three of us want Kimi to be the champion if Max isn't there, but that's
Max is not gonna. It's not gonna happen, man. Like, let's not be that delusional. But the depression for Max fans is officially over. I think, like the goat is not washed. We gave him a slightly competitive car, and then like this is what he does. So I'm gonna look forward to him like bullying everybody who's not first.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking forward to him bullying the field in the front.
Yeah, aura forming the whole grid.
Yeah, no, he's gonna mog on them. Yeah, I'm pretty like younger audience को attract करते guys, like let's use that Gen X language.
Yeah.
No,
And,
no cap, guys. Yeah, I think closing statements.
Yeah. Closing statements from my side. I guess again, rooting for Kimi. I would love to see Kimi win the next few races as well. And for some reason, I mean, I got nothing against George, but I prefer Kimi over George any day.
Yeah.
So let's
the Mercedes domination lasted all of 3 races, right?
So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let's I'm I didn't have great hopes for this season, but FIA's willingness to change things, even if it's like a band-aid solution, it's refreshing. One more thing I want to really talk about. Yeah, Juan Pablo Montoya ko kya masla hai? Like he's like so far irrelevant now, and every weekend he just has to say something to stay relevant, right? And he's like, Max should be given penalty points for talking shit about the regulation. Like, bro, chup karo yaar, nobody cares what you think. Yeah. My final note is like, Montoya chup karo yaar, please, khuda ke waaste. Like, nobody cares about you now. Yeah, let's enjoy the rest of the season.
Yeah,
all right, boys. All right, this is the lunch group signing off, and please keep watching. Please keep listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, please subscribe this channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sponsored करना है किसी ने? Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
If you guys in the next race, Canadian want to be hard. Nice. Take care. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, recording बंद करो.
Just stop.